Our next viewer question: would you support future state tax increases to fund rail construction or operations? Congresswoman Hanabusa, you're up first.
I have been very clear on this, that I do not support an extension. And the reason why is because, as the former chair of HART, I do understand how the construction costs have gone out of hand, and they have not done a good job. You cannot continue to expect the people of the City and County of Honolulu and the rest of the state to pay for this burden. The City and County and HART has to be accountable, and they have failed to do that. So there is no reason why we should encourage that behavior by enabling them, by giving them, for example, a permanent extension or indefinite extension, which I believe David had actually supported in one of our debates. That is not right, any more than it was right to support the mayor's request that we do a 10-year extension on the GET, which would have left us a surplus of over $2 billion. How do we explain that to our kapuna and the rest of the people, that that's what we would propose?
Thank you. Governor.
Certainly, I do believe that we need to finish the rail project all the way to Ala Moana. You know, I would like to note that Colleen left her position as chairman of the board of HART exactly when the project costs exploded, and really did not take any action to contain the cost of the project while she was serving on the HART board. You know, we need to keep the county accountable and the HART people accountable to the cost. I have supported increasing public-private partnerships in the program. Every single transit system that I visited and experienced benefited from private sector investments in the rail stations in ways that really improve the overall livableness of the project. And I think most importantly, it can make a significant investment to manage the cost and reduce the burden on the taxpayer.
Thank you very much.